AITA for telling my former friend turned SIL that I'm never going to be her comfort person again. I, 25 meters, used to have the biggest crush on my childhood friend Emily, 26F. As a teen I wasn't very assertive and a little awkward, so I never made a move and just hoped that one day Emily would realize that I was the guy for her. The only person who I openly admitted my crush, although it was kind of obvious, to was my brother Liam, 28 meters. He was much more assertive and confident than I was and would run through girls like water, so I went to him for advice about Emily. Given the situation at the time, you can imagine my surprise when I caught Liam and Emily hooking up. I know that she technically was never my girlfriend, but it still sucked, and I did feel betrayed. Turns out they hooked up at a party once and liked the encounter so much that they kept meeting up to do it when no one was around. I felt completely sick and basically just distanced myself from Emily after that, which could be really awkward because we had a lot of classes together and had the same shift at the part-time job we had. A job that Emily frequently depended on me to give her rides to. I just wanted to remove Emily from my life completely, but during the summer of our senior year she and Liam sat me and my parents down and explained that Emily had gotten pregnant and were planning on keeping the baby. My parents weren't happy while I just got up and locked myself in my room. All I could think was, well crap, now she's never going to go away. I purposefully transferred to an out-of-state college so I wouldn't be home as much and lied about getting stuck in traffic when I missed Emily and Liam's wedding, and I showed no interest in my niece Daisy, 8F, although I still make the effort to be polite when I'm around them. Recently, Emily's father has passed away and she's really going through it because despite him not being around, she always desired a relationship. When we were kids I remember all those times I was a shoulder for Emily to cry on whenever she felt sad about her dad, and I guess she was longing for that type of comfort from me and kept reaching out. One day I relented and let her vent, but I maintained a silent and formal demeanor on the matter. After spending about an hour crying I offered Emily some water, and then she asked me why I was being so cold, how I know how much she needed a friend right now. I calmly yet firmly told her that we were just kids then, and that if she wants that level of emotional intimacy, then she needs to go to my brother, her husband, because I stopped being her comfort person a long time ago. Emily cried even more, left, and has managed to send Liam, my parents, Emily's mom, and from mutual friends to call me up and tell me I'm heartless and sad for being so spiteful. I can honestly say that I am now over Emily, but that doesn't mean I'm willing to be as close to her as I used to, so AITA had to step away, and after looking at the comments and DMs, I just wanted to be clear about some things. 1. Not an insult. 2. Did I exhibit some nice guy traits as a teenager? Yes. As an adult I now realize that Emily doesn't owe me a romantic relationship. 3. I was more angry at my brother than I was Emily. Because, you know, he was my brother and knew. 4. I don't see how me not taking an active role in the life of a child that I didn't make is me punishing someone. I say hello and give gifts on Christmas and holidays. 5. Again, Emily is married, so I find it odd that she would seek out someone who isn't her husband for emotional support. 6. Yes, I did give my condolences when I found out about Emily's father because it was the polite thing to do. Then she started trying to call me to talk about it. 7. Emily and I haven't had a meaningful contact since high school, partly because she was busy getting ready to be a mom and I was hurt and trying to get over her. 8. No, Liam and I aren't close anymore either. AITA 2. Things I didn't include because of word count. 1. Yes, I have a girlfriend and from what I can tell we're both very happy. 2. Yes, my girlfriend knows about my former crush on Emily. 3. Yes, I have friends who are women. 4. Yes, I do believe people of the opposite sex can just be friends when they're adults. 5. Also, in spite of everything I did learn to be more forthcoming with my feelings, which is why I told Emily that I can't be her comfort person. Although I will admit that there could have been a better way and better timing to communicate that. You had a crush in high school on a girl, but never asked her out. Somebody else did, and she married them. It's a decade later and you still ignore her kid who is literally your niece because you're salty about it. Dude. This isn't healthy. Please get help. I have to put AITA, but this is beyond AITA. You've spent 9 years being so bitter. That's really sad for you. I don't think you're tough for telling Emily you can't be that person for her, but you're definitely tough for spending so much time being angry and obstinate. Don't spend the rest of your life like this, it will only bring more of the same. AITA op. I'm scared to put up boundaries too, but TBH he may have liked that he wasn't in need of her, but she needed him, even if just a small part. If he was really over her as he says, it wouldn't hurt this much still. He would treat her like his brother's girlfriend, not the girl who broke his heart. He wanted her to see he was the one for her, without showing that interest. I wouldn't be surprised if she may have shown interest in small hints, and they were missed because of the rose glasses, making him believe that she isn't interested, it's just a fantasy. She could have been interested if he had have shown his feelings. Instead, he lost her to his brother and is holding it against her. Sorry, op. I empathize with you. But you're mad at her when you are really mad at yourself. Your bro should have communicated with you about dating her, but that's beside the point. You're buttered because you got heartbroken, not because she betrayed you. Edit. Yeah, I get that a real friend isn't in it for the benefits, but keep in mind at first she believed he was her friend, and in his mind, even for wrong reasons, he thought they were friends until she got with bro. He saw it as betrayal and his end of the friendship ended there. I'm not saying it's right of course. But I don't think op would listen to an attack of character. I'm empathizing to show I understand how they got to that. I don't agree with it though, and he is still don't treat people like that. You can't expect people to read your mind, then get mad at them when they fail at it. Edit 2. Update Kinda proves a lot right. Puts in more context. Makes sense that she didn't know he wasn't a comfort person anymore. You can have more than one support person. Op is learning boundaries. I hope things sort out soon op. AITA. Look man, I get that your brother did this and was an asshole, but honestly? You're taking this one way too far. If one childhood crush is this devastating that you're moving states and ignoring nephews and families, this means you should go to therapy to help process the pain. Also, you never really told her you liked her, so how would she know? When she came to you, she came to someone who she could rely on, and you went go to the guy that actually wants you. That's really immature. Edit 2. Replying to op's edit. I mean it really shows he still needs some growing to do. I mean he only said condolences because it was the polite thing to do. Dude, she's your SIL and was your childhood friend that did nothing to you. How cruel. Esh. Except Emily. She lost her friend and doesn't know why, and then her dad died. Your brother sucks because he knew and you suck for your poor communication. AITA for refusing to pay for my boyfriend's son's surgery. I, F32, met my boyfriend, M36, 3 months ago at the airport of the new city I moved in. He's a single dad of 2 kids, 6 and 12. I never met them, not yet, but I saw pictures of them. He says it's early for his kids to meet me. It's for their mental health and I respect that. I do send them, a bit costly, gifts every weekend, and my boyfriend assured me that he will tell them eventually where these gifts are coming from. Anyways, he didn't call nor reply to my texts for a whole week. He then contacted me saying his kid was in the hospital for an injury. I felt bad for him. I afford to visit, but he said there was no need for me to do this, but suggested I send gifts instead as a way to cheer him up. He later called me saying was busy all day trying to come up with money to pay for his son's surgery. We talked some, then he asked if I could lend him $5,000 to help pay for the surgery. I have to say that I was caught off guard, but he said that he felt so heavy making this request, but had no one else willing to help but me. Thing is, I work hard to save up the money that's in my account, and I don't feel comfortable letting go of $5,000 all at once. He said it's fine if I don't feel comfortable, but then started bringing it up, saying he's in dire need of help, and the surgery needed to happen next week under doctor's recommendation. I started feeling pressured, but he promised that he'll have me meet his son and other son right after he gets done with the surgery, which is great, but again the money is a lot, $5,000 is a lot of money. I refused eventually and he got upset with me and kept on about how cruel I was and how little I care about his kids and him, but I swore it wasn't like this, but he hung up on me saying he needed to get some fresh air. Later, he sent me a photo of his son's arm with IV drip attached to it. I cried when I saw it and I called him, but he did not reply. I'm still refusing to pay, but a friend of mine says I should do it and have some sort of contract in place to ensure I get the money back. AITA for not wanting to pay? AITA. I've seen his kid's arm picture. I'm pretty certain it's real. But I've been thinking of doing a surprise visit to the hospital or ask around to see if his story was valid. Still refusing to pay. ETA 2 no. I already confirmed that he's a single dad of it. I did my own investigation, and it turned out that yes, he's a divorced single dad of 2. NTA. You met this man 3 months ago. Honestly. Seems like you are being scammed. Don't pay. Did he said what exactly is the health problem, and what is the surgery? NTA, but I really hope this is fake, and you're not this naive. This is a major scam. He's not your BF and there are no kids. You were talked into giving this man gifts every weekend as a sort of test to see how gullible you are. You've proved this, so now he's bypassing gifts and aiming for actual cash. Block this man and learn from this. The kids might actually be real, scammers can have kids too, but the surgery is certainly not. The fake urgency betrays him. NTA, but honey. This screams scam. I'm all for benefit of the doubt, but 3 months and does not warrant expensive gifts for children I have not met or 5K for a surgery on one of said children. Then suggested I send gifts instead. That tells you how he sees you, a cash cow. NTA. Run. This is a scam. You have never met the kids. You don't have proof they exist. He sent you a picture of an arm with an IV that could be anyone's. After you said no, he started emotionally blackmailing you. You are also sending gifts to these kids every week? This whole post is one red flag after another. You send him that money and you will never see it or him again. NTA. Do not pay. You will never get the money back. You've been dating for 3 months, send kids you've never met somewhat costly presents, and now he's hitting you up for 5,000? Red flags all over the place. How do you even know this is his kid he's sending you pictures of?